This is the ASUS Prime AP201 tempered glass. ASUS took almost a year before releasing this version of the AP201, which originally had a mesh side panel instead of the tempered glass side panel. And in this video, we're going for a quick overview of its specs and features and see how it looks when fully built. But before we get into it, a short word from our sponsor. Tired of seeing this pesky watermark? Then come on down to GVG Mall! GVG Mall is your one-stop shop for Windows operating system CD keys. From Windows 10 Home to Windows 11 Pro, they got you covered. They are currently running their Back to School Super Sale and you can save as much as 85% on your purchase. And on top of that discount, you can also use our promo code JEGS on your checkout to slash another 25% off on your purchase. Their CD keys are 100% legit, and here's me actually trying to use the CD keys I got from GVG Mall on my previous purchase. The keys are easy to activate, and in case you encounter any problems, GVG Mall offers 24/7 support. The link to their website will be down in the description. Now back to the video. Let's start with the build quality. The Prime AP201 is a mini tower case which in my opinion sports a very compact, minimalist, and functional design. It comes in two colors and two variants, black or white color and mesh or tempered glass variant. The whole frame and the body is made out of steel, and since this is the tempered glass version, the side panel is obviously made out of tempered glass. The other side panel, front panel, and top panel come in a mesh design for improved airflow. The AP201 is also very light as it comes at only 5.8 kilos out of the box. Removal of the exterior panels are pretty much straightforward. You don't need any tools in order to remove them. Just simply pull the panels as seen here and you should be good to go. As for the measurements, here are the exact dimensions of the case. In order for us to properly see the features of this case, we need to build the system in it. So here are the parts we used. The complete list of the parts used on this build will be down in the description, and to maintain the uniformity of the build, all the parts we used were from ASUS. Going back to the case, it's capable of supporting up to 360mm of radiator at the top, and if you're planning on completely going air-cooled with this case, the top supports up to 3 120mm fans or 2 140mm fans. The back supports a single 120mm fan and comes pre-installed with this fan. The bottom is also capable of supporting up to 2 120mm fans, but do take note that the AP201 only comes pre-installed with one piece of 120mm fan. So the fans you're seeing here were actually added during the build. For the CPU cooler, the maximum height clearance the case supports is up to 170mm. As to GPU support, the case is capable of housing GPUs with lengths up to 338mm. But I think if you remove this shroud which covers the power supply and mount the power supply to the topmost portion of the case, I think the case can house a much longer GPU. Here's what's unique about the AP201. Its power supply mounting location. To keep this case compact, ASUS went with a front power supply mount design. It's capable of mounting a full ATX power supply or a small form factor. Mounting fans at the front is not possible as the power supply and its cables are occupying the space. Speaking of cables, the AP201 has a very decent cable management system. Velcro straps are present to keep the cables in place, and the cable compartment is deep enough to easily hide the cables. Included at the back is a single 2.5-inch drive bay and a 3.5-inch drive bay located at the bottom of the power supply housing. For dust filters, the AP201 has a magnetic dust filter at the bottom, which you can easily remove by simply pulling it out. We now go to the front I/O ports. The AP201 has a single USB Type-C port, a headphone and microphone port, and two USB Type-A ports. For some size comparison, here's the AP201 alongside the Height Y60 and the Height Y40. The AP201 is visibly smaller and more compact compared to the two other cases. And finally, the pricing. The ASUS Prime AP201 tempered glass is priced at $80 or around 4,500 Philippine peso. And honestly, that's a good deal considering the specs and the features it brings to the table. And that wraps it up on our quick overview of the ASUS Prime AP201 tempered glass. If you're interested to see how this build performs, I'll be putting a link on the gaming benchmarks, which should be around here or down in the description. And as always, I would love to hear your thoughts down in the comment section. Stay safe and see you on the next video. Bye!